What's up, family? The body of a teenage girl was found in a Denver, Colorado apartment complex dumpster one day after Christmas, after being reported missing just a few short days beforehand. The case is now being investigated by Colorado authorities as a suspected homicide, as family members and friends continue to seek answers on their own. Why are they seeking answers on their own? Because the Denver, Colorado Police Department don't know what the hell they're doing. Because they would not send out an Amber Alert, although all those who are involved in the recovery of missing children warned them and told them, pleaded with them emphatically, send out an Amber Alert. But their pleas went unanswered, as so many pleas to have Black children prioritized when they come up missing does. The people who run these type of programs, they ain't no different than the ones who run the banks, who run the schools, who run the courts, and so on and so on and so on. What a low-down, dirty group of individuals. Yeah, I said it. This Amber Alert is supposed to be for children. They didn't say white children. They said children. This whole Amber Alert started when this little girl named Amber Hagerman came up missing back in '96. And this girl was like just riding her bike in an abandoned store parking lot when a man, it is said that a man got out and grabbed her and put her into his truck. They say he drove a black truck. Her body was recovered 4 days later, but her killer has never been caught. So we had a woman who called, I can't remember her name, but she called the local radio station in the Arlington area and asked them, hey, why can't you guys get together with television stations and news organizations and people that, that run, the highways, that put up the signs and stuff on the highway. Why can't you guys all get together when a child comes up missing and blast it, put everybody on notice? And they did that. They recovered, to their credit, 1,000 children has been recovered using Amber Alerts. So the people who sent out the Amber Alert don't recover the kids, but these organizations do. Sometimes police departments and stuff, they go out there and do the investigative work. They come up with these children. But a lot of these organizations, in fact, one of the organizations that put in a lot of work, fam, I got to give them some credit. The Doc Ellis Foundation, they put in a lot of work. They're a nonprofit organization, and they assist families with locating missing Black women and girls. Also, they became involved in this particular investigation. They've been involved in a number of investigations, looking out, trying to find these children, recover these children. And they say time and time and time again, it is like pulling teeth to try to get these people to send out alerts when Black children come up missing. So this is the case of 16-year-old Tayana Manuel. Her body was discovered on December 26th, and it was located in the neighborhood of Gateway Green Valley Ranch. And they said apparently a shooting took place. A male was shot. He was taken to the hospital. The family became worried when they found out that, number one, that the male was Tayana's boyfriend, and they had been together that day. What they're saying is, had the authorities acted immediately, perhaps Tayana would be alive today. And I'm not going to second guess them because they're boots on the ground. And plus, I just know the reputation of the people who run those organizations, or that particular organization, and law enforcement all around the United States. And the media all around the United States. Oh man, let one of these little white girls come up missing, man. Oh man, it's on the news for a whole year straight. Starting off the news every time, even when something else comes in that bumps it to the second story or second, third story, they come right back with it. It just trips me out that these people are made like this. It blows my mind. Because a child is a child to me. You know, a child come up missing, a child came up missing. A white child didn't come up missing. Black child didn't come up missing. Asian child didn't come up missing. A child came up missing. Let's find them. Let's find them. You know? But, you know, you got people, all they see is color. And it's my job to call them out. And if they happen to be a color other than mine, well, that just happens to be a coincidence. And that's just happened to be what it is. I'm not going to be silent so y'all can be comfortable. You know, you got people that want people to suffer in silence. If you say something about it, you're complaining. That's how they operate. See, that's a defense mechanism they use. They try to tell you you're being the victim. Like, they tell victims. They try to shame victims. You're acting like the victim. They got victims they got victims convinced that they're not victims. You have victims that say, well, I'm not a victim. The tricks they play, man. The tricks they play. I really hope that Tayana's family can get some form of justice. Denver, Colorado, I mean, it's pretty much indicative of law enforcement across the nation. Very incompetent, very extremely incompetent. Most of these cops that are on the streets, they don't even know the laws. You ever see these videos where these guys do, what do they call them? Audits, police audits. So they basically follow the police around, monitor their activity, making sure that they're not violating citizens' rights. And time again, these guys who do the audits, shout out to Big Nick, they know more about the law than the actual people who are supposed to be enforcing the law. Make it make sense, fam. They just putting these dudes out here on the streets, and some of them be out there 20 years, 30 years, don't know the law. So what they do, they just wing it. I think that's a crime. Come on, come go with me. You're being detained for what? Watching the police do their work. Okay, I'll tell the truth. Watching us do nothing, and therefore you need to be arrested. This whole Amber Alert is very similar to every other system that they have in America. It's biased, it's prejudiced, it's racist. And it needs to be dismantled. If you ain't gonna do it right, don't do it at all. R.I.P. Tayana Manuel. No more talk.